So I've decided to make a sort of a RPG type game here in Unreal Engine 5. Don't really have it fully mapped out yet, so I'm just going to document this as I go. So I'm going to create a third-person character game. I'm going to call it TheChatmansBow. And I should have added the starter content to this, so I'm going to click the add button, go up to add feature or content pack, and I'm going to select content and the starter content and add to project. So that is now added. I'm going to come up, click the play button, and I'm going to delete everything in here. Okay, so I've cleared everything off. Okay, so this game is basically going to be kind of like real life, where you have to have jobs to make money and do certain things. So I think I'm going to make this the starting area, and I'm going to block out an area here for them to go to the next level. So first, before I do that, I think I'm gonna do some landscape here. So basically, I think I'm gonna have them start off in their own little house, and this will be a little area where they start at, and then eventually they can go out into the world. So I'm gonna put some landscape here, and I'm just gonna make it 1 by 1 for the starting area. So I'll create that. So I have my 1 by 1 landscape here. I'm going to change this woman to a man. So I'm going to open up the third person folder, go to blueprints, and I'm going to click on this BP third person. I'm going to hit F2 to rename it. I'm just going to name this Adam_BP. And I'm going to open that up. I'm going to dock this up top here. I'm going to go to the viewport, and I'm gonna click on her, and under the Quinn Simple, I'm gonna use the SKM Manny. I'm gonna compile and save that. I'm gonna go back to the map, press play, and now I have the dude here. So I need to get some landscape first, and even before that, what I'm going to do is put a border, because right now if I run over here I can fall off. I don't want to fall off, so I'm going to put a border around this. I'm going to click over here on the left on the place actors. Oh, let me move over here first. Click under place actors, and under volumes I'm going to use this invisible volume to block actor. If I can stretch this out, the blocking volume, I'm going to drag that out, and I'm going to put this all the way around here. So I basically lined it up on the first square, even with that first square, and stretched it all the way across. So I'll just now hold down Alt, and I'm going to drag it to this end and line it up. On that first little block there, and then I'm going to hold Alt again, drag out another one, and I'm going to rotate this, there we go, to 90 degrees, and drag that into place on that first, like that. Then I'll hold down Alt and drag it to the other side. There. That should put a border around here. So now if my character runs to the edge, he'll get blocked and can't run off of here. So now for the landscape, they're gonna right click in the materials folder and create a new material. I'm gonna call my landscape, and I'm gonna double click this to open it up, and I'm gonna right click and type out landscape layer blend, and I'm gonna select it, and I'm gonna come over to the layers and add a new one, and I'm going to name this one. I'm actually gonna use the moss instead of the grass. I'm just gonna name it moss. And I'm gonna pull up my content drawer here, and I'm already in the textures folder. And I'm gonna come over here to the moss, T-ground moss, and drag that in. And I'm gonna drag in the T-ground moss in. And I'm gonna drag in here, and the layer blend, I'm gonna Control C and then Control V to paste it and connect it up here, and connect this to the base color and this one to the normal. And now I'm gonna hold down the 1 and left click, and I'm gonna change the value to 1, and I'm gonna hook this up to the roughness, and I'm gonna apply this and save it. And I'm gonna jump back into the main map here, and I'm gonna click up here on landscape and go to the details and scroll down, and under landscape material, I'm gonna drag my landscape material I created right into there. So I'm gonna come up to the select mode here, go to landscape, and on the paint, and I'm gonna come down to the moss and hit this little plus and do a weight blended layer normal, and I'll just save that, and it applies it. And I'm gonna click back on the select for now, and I just like this moss better than the grass. And next I'm gonna put a border of hedges around here. So I'm gonna go into the modular neighborhood pack, and I'm gonna go to models and foliage, and I'm gonna grab hedges and rotate this and just drag this into place about right there. That looks good. And I'm gonna hold Alt, drag this out, and hold Alt again and drag it, and I'm gonna hit Control and select all 3 of these, and I'm gonna come up here to Actor, go to Merge Actors, and let me just make sure that those are the only 3 things selected, and Actor, Merge Actors, Merge. I'm gonna call this Hedge ×3 and save that, and now I'll just drag that out, and I'll click on this 3rd one here to get the details, and I'll just copy this all the way down. Alright, that runs the length of it, so I'll just go ahead and copy this all the way around. So I went ahead and got the hedge put all the way around, and this opening is going to be here because it'll go to a new level. So if I take my character now and run around, can't get out anywhere, and there will be this opening here, which I think I'm going to make you have to be a certain level. You're going to be able to run through here, and it's going to warp you to the next area. So now I think I want to make a house for the character. So I'm going to start back here in the middle. So in the starter content, I'm going to come here to the architect folder and drag out a floor here, and I'll just put this up high and then hit the N key to snap it to the ground. And to get the distance, I'm just going to copy this all the way across. So it's 14 across. So I'm going to take off, I'm going to start off with taking 5 from each end. So that leaves 4 of them left. And I want this first house to be really small. That's the whole point. So I'm going to hold down Alt and drag this out here. Whoops. Hold on. Okay, I'm going to hold down Alt, drag this, snap it, and I probably could do one more. There we go. So this will be our floor for the house. Now I'm going to drag out a 500 by 500 wall. I'm going to raise this up, and then I'm going to hit N to snap it. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and move it into place. and just snap this straight on the end, and then I'll hold Alt and make a copy, and then I'll hold Alt again, make another copy, and then I'm gonna come up and scale this and just bring it in and scale it again. And slide that into place. So I'm gonna undo this scale size and just drag this in. And that should be good right there for the wall. And I'll just copy this over, bring it to the other side. There we go. Then I'm gonna drag out 5 by 5 for the back. That, and then copy this over. And one more time here. And I just need a tiny piece for here. We'll just have to scale it. Perfect. And for the entrance here, I'm going to drag out a wall door. Since it's a starter house, I'm not going to do any windows. It's going to be a lot more elaborate houses here later. I don't have a 500 by 500. That doesn't make any sense. We'll just have to scale this then. Put snapping on this, make it easier. Try just 5. There we go. Here, but it should work. Now move this over. Try to 500. Do an Alt. Let's see how this looks if I scale it. May not look right. Oh, that might work. All right. Oh. Okay, this sucks because when it crashed, it didn't save any of the house. I'm gonna have to start saving every 60 seconds. Okay, let me redo this house. So it actually crashed on me again, so I'm saving pretty much every time I pull up a wall. But I noticed since the floor was 4x4, I was able to do the 4x4 walls, and I didn't have to do any scaling, so that worked out great. So I'm gonna finish making this box over the house anyway. Okay, and let me make sure I save this. Got the house kind of outside of it anyway built. Let me see how this looks. Too bad. Okay, let me see about doing some texture. And since this is going to be like the starting house, I think I'm going to go with old brick clay. If I put that on there, or I think I'm gonna go with this one, since this is just the starting house. So I'm gonna do the outside in this. And let me see how this looks. And let me move this player controller so I don't have to run over here every time. So I'm going to take this and move it, start right in front of the house. And let me just rotate it. That should be good. Not bad for the starting house. Let me look at the floor and see if there's some texture I can put on it. Yeah, I think that'll work good because it is just a starting house. All right. Now for the roof, I need to put one on here. Let me save this before it crashes. And actually, for the roof, I need to make this kind of like some rooms or something. Let's see. Let me go back to my walls and do a 4x400. Drag that out, rotate it, and let's just move this. And I'm gonna texture this with the same texture, that old style. I believe it was this one. And I'm thinking bedroom over here, toilet over there, kitchen, living room. All right, let me see what this looks like. Not bad. Okay, I picked up a chopped wood pack from the marketplace. It was free. I'm gonna try to make a bed here. So I'm gonna go to that. I added it to the project here. Chopped wood. Let me see what it looks like. We'll try this one. Drag it out. It's kind of small. Let me see what else is in here first. Okay, I think I'm just going to use this and try to scale it to size. If I click the scale in the middle here, it will scale the whole thing. And I don't want to, I was going to add it onto some blocks, but I don't want to put too much stuff in this project. So that looks good. So that'll be his bed. And let's see what I can do over here. And that's just going to be the toilet. So I found some more stuff in the marketplace. It's a picnic blanket, but it's better than nothing. And let me snap that down. Just leave it here and scale this out some. And I found this, looks like a pillow. I'm just gonna put this out here, rotate it. So there's the bed, and got some other props and stuff I'm gonna put in here. Okay, so I added some more stuff to the house. There's a little campfire barbecue grill. It's a little axe here on the side. And then going into the house here, there's a little bear rug and little basin cups and beans there. Little grill. There's a rifle and bow on the wall. There's a little log here which I'll be able to sit on eventually. I guess I'll grab a TV or something to put up there. In the bedroom I changed the cover, and there's a little cooler. I'm gonna add a little fan on that, and I don't think I really did anything in here. So far pretty much the basics. Okay, so I did add the fan there, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the roof on now. As we get later into the game, I'll make more immaculate houses. So this, I'm just gonna make a flat wall. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna scale this out. Okay, that looks good. And let me get some texture for the roof. And I think for the roof I'm just gonna do kind of a cobblestone. So we have our first house. So when I come into the house, it's pretty dark, so we need to light this up a little bit. So I have this lamp I'm gonna drag out, put on the table here. I'm going to come to my place actors, go to lights, and I think I'm going to use a directional light. No, maybe I'll use a point light. Yeah, point light will probably work. And let me just get this put into, let's see here, try to scale this. And I'm gonna need more lights than this, so let me see if I put if I can put one here. I'm gonna go back to place actors, grab another point light. I know what I can use. I'm gonna go back into the starter, I think it's the starter content. There we go. Yeah, this is perfect. So I'll put in, let me get a light first so I can see. I'll drag this out and put it out right already. And let's drag this light. Now I might use a directional light. Let me see how that looks. I think this will be best. I wonder if I rotate this 80, and then, but I can't rotate. Why can't I rotate? Try something. Good. Oh, ceiling light. Well, that doesn't do a lot of light, and yeah, just getting tired here, but I'm gonna have to come back and work on this light, figure it out how I'm gonna light this. But for now, I'm just gonna leave that right in the middle until I come back. In the next video I'll finish this. So let's just take a look. and it definitely looks a lot lighter. In here, I'll just have to add some more lamps. I think adding more lamps will actually fix it. Alright, I'm just too tired here. I'm gonna finish this later. I have to do a little bit of work on the lighting for in here. So I'll finish that in the next video and add more landscape out here. Need to add some trees and stuff. Probably get some animals or something put out here.